Everybody, welcome back to my modern homestead. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Janet and Alyssa is behind the camera. And today I have such a special recipe. You guys, I love recipes that come with a story, and this one definitely does. Many years back I met a friend named Jane on the internet. I met her through eBay because I ordered a dress that she was selling. But when I bought it, I didn't know I was buying a Mennonite style cake dress. Long story short, we became really good friends. And I think it was 6 years ago, I went to Pennsylvania with my sister and my mom to visit her. It was such a good time till the very end. I ended up in the emergency room with my gallbladder. And Jane was so sweet. She took such good care of me. And when we were leaving, her mom and dad sent my sister, my mom, and myself home with I wish I could have seen it. It was a Pennsylvania Dutch pumpkin. They called it pumpkin. It's actually a squash. We do the same thing. We call them pumpkin squash, just interchange. But they also sent home, Miss Betty did, sent us home with a jar of her, trying to say peaches, not peaches, pears with cherries. And I remember her granddaughter walked in with them and she said, and Grandma even put them in her special jars for y'all. And this is actually the jar mine came home in. I actually have something in one of my other ones. My sister gave me her jar. So today, I've been waiting for the last couple of years to finally get my hands on pears. My friend Morgan got pears for me. So the first thing I have to do is peel the pears that we're going to put in the jars. So I'm going to peel them just like I did my peaches and my apples. Well, no apples, I use my machine, but like I did my peaches. But today, we're going to put them in some lemon water while we work. This is what Miss Betty does. And Jane actually wrote a book about her mom. It was called Bubblegum Betty. It's no longer in print. She doesn't have any more copies for sale, but I have the book, y'all. So I call these Bubblegum Betty pears. It has nothing to do with bubblegum. It's just what Miss Betty's nickname was. So anyway, peel these. We're going to put them in water until we get enough sliced. I have some of these jars that were actually from spaghetti sauce. I'm going to use these, but I'll probably end up using some of these wide mouth pint jars too. So anyway, are you guys ready? Let's get started. We are getting close to getting the pears done, so I need to go ahead and make the syrup that will go into our jars. In this crock pot, I have 4 cups of sugar, and I'm going to add 12 cups of water. And we're going to just let this heat until all of the sugar dissolves, and it will be ready for the jars. All right. Now all you do is just stir, 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 and stir until all of the sugar is dissolved and your water becomes clear again. And your simple syrup will be done. See? Just like that. And we have all the pears finished. So what we're going to do now is take one cherry and put it in the bottom of a jar. And then we're going to put in a few pears. Ow, that jar's hot. Ow, hot. Sorry. Okay, now I'm going to add in another cherry. And this is what I do to fill my jars. I just alternate the cherries and pears. This jar has stems on them, so they're harder to get out. And it's okay if you get the juice down in there. I actually go back and add a little juice at the end. So let's just continue until the jar is full, and I'll show you what to do next. And that's about all I can fit into that jar. And I just have the cherries dispensed throughout. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of the juice into the jar. All right, let's put the syrup in. And we want to go to about a 1/2 inch head space. Remember, the more slowly you pour, the fewer bubbles you have. Look how pretty it already looks. Alrighty, let's wipe the rims. Uh-oh, I need a wide mouth lid. Hold on. Okay, so we put the lid on, and then we close it to finger tight. There we go. Now it's ready for the canner. Okay, All we have to do now is wait for it to come, for this, the water, to come up to a rolling boil, and then we will set the timer for 25 minutes. Okay, we're at a rolling boil. Let's set the timer for 25 minutes. Okay, let's turn the eye off. And we're going to take the lid off. Make sure you open that away from you. That's super, super hot. All right, now we're going to leave this here until the water becomes completely still, and then we'll take the jars out to cool. That noise you could hear was the water coming off of the lid and hitting the hot stove. We are finished! Yay! It took a while, but it was worth it. I think I forgot to tell you all that a few years ago I actually put some of these in the fair, and I won Best in Show with those, and that was at the Georgia National Fair. So I really love these pears. They are a true work of art. Every time I do them, I think of my sweet friend Jane, and this year I have Morgan to thank. Thank you, Morgan and Jane. And Miss Betty, if you happen to ever see this video, thank you, because you were the inspiration. You guys, thank you so much. Whoa. Thank you so much for joining me. I love it when y'all come and spend a few minutes with me. So until we meet again, may you be blessed, and may you be a blessing to others. Love you guys.